Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you think they missed us?
Oh, they missed us so hard.
So hard.
But they have heard us twice before this comes out.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's true. But we missed us.
We usually record episodes in order, but we're not today because of... Y'all don't need to know.
It's fine. We're back.
We're back.
Are we better than ever? I'm so sorry. I know we're not filming this episode, but like the fact that Melissa and I we're on video, we're recording virtual. If you didn't see the singular Instagram story that I posted explaining, Melissa has a sinus infection, and so we had skipped because she got really sick, so we were not recording. And now I'm finally getting it, like 2 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, we are recording virtual because Melissa is still coughing. She's still got some phlegm, and so we're on video chat, and she's just locking eyes with me while she's hucking a fucking loogie.
It's coming up. I couldn't stop it.
So
gross.
That's where you've been. How are you feeling?
I feel fine. I just still have all this phlegm in me. So the coughing, can't control it.
You need to have a bat night. You just hang upside down. Get it all out.
And then all I think about is the blood rushing to my head.
I would pass out. If I lean my head too far back, I'm out. What day is it?
Today is Tuesday, and we are seeing you the next Tuesday. It might be next. Next.
We don't need to work that hard. So, what's new with you? Let's catch up.
What is there to catch up on? I've been sleeping a lot.
Yeah. Have you watched anything?
Now we can talk about things that we're watching because the strike is over with for SAG as well. The writer's strike's been over with for a few weeks, but now we can talk about things. What I'm most excited to talk about is I haven't watched anything like new. I started watching Young and the Restless, which I haven't watched since I was a child.
I can't. The amount of fucking like television and movie suggestions I've given you, and you are like, let me start another soap, which is the reason why you can't watch any of the other things because the soaps take up all your time.
Yeah, I'm catching up now. I'm almost caught up. I've watched like the last 2 or 3 months, and I'm almost caught up. I'm like 5 days behind.
It's impeccable.
And that's an hour long one, so it's longer. But you know, it's weird because like I'll see somebody that's like, I remember that person, and then I go look at them and I'm like, okay, now I got the connections. And I remembered this one guy. I was like, this is still the same guy playing him. So when I was a little kid, I'd say I would have had to be like 3 or 4. I remember that
I can't with you and your fucking infant memory.
And so I remember when he was like a baby, because I was like, and then they had like aged him up to be a teenager. And I was like, so that was my first like introduction to children being aged up on soap operas.
Yeah.
And so, and then when I went back and started watching it again, I'm like, he's still playing him. He's 40 something years old now, like 45. Wow. But I was always, that was my thing, is like he was like the same age as me, and then now he's not anymore.
Yeah, that is always weird. For you're like, how did that happen so quickly?
I remember asking my grandmother, and she's like, just go with it.
Don't ask questions. This is soap. You need to really quickly learn that it's not going to always make sense.
Yeah. But very excited about the Mean Girls commercials that have dropped.
Are you a little offended?
Well, when I say the commercials, I'm specifically talking about the Walmart ones.
Oh, okay.
Not the trailer.
You don't mean the trailer where they say
your mother. This isn't your mother's Mean Girl. And I'm like, first of all, I know that it's Gen X and Boomers that are doing these ads because we will be the ones. Kids. We're going to be the ones that will be in the movie theater.
And also, like,
yes, the children will be there, but like, it's still our Mean Girls. It doesn't matter.
We don't have children who are seeing that movie. I'm like, it's literally, I'm like, unless you're explicitly only marketing to people who like got pregnant in high school or right after high school, like.
And I was going to say, that's what Aralai is, because she will be 17 and that's it.
But that's fucking it.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I didn't know that was your target demo.
Right.
It's children of young and teen moms. And I'm just like, okay, for sure. But like, what?
No, this is, the millennials will be in the Mean Girls, the musical. We will be in there deep.
And like, you're going to have like 16-year-olds asking their like 45-year-old parents being like, oh, so like, what was your Mean Girls? And they're like, what?
But the thing is, Aralai still likes our Mean Girls. Like, that's
what I mean. I'm like, you're going to have to, it has to be like a 12-year-old who's asking their like very old parents, like, what was your Mean Girls? And they're like, what are you talking about? You have both the Mean Girls. Neither of those are mine.
Right.
No, but the Walmart commercial is...
There's two. Have you seen the second one?
What's the second one?
There's one where it's just Gretchen and her family.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, that one came out yesterday. As soon as I get on TikTok, that's all I get are it's either the trailer for the musical or the Walmart ads, but there's another one. And Sujia, do you follow her on TikTok? She had pointed out, she was like, she's like, because she's Asian. She's like, I notice like when I see Asian people in things, and she's like, I noticed that Gretchen's children are Asian. And then she was like, this is a callback to, and then the movie where Gretchen thinks that she's Asian now.
Yep.
And I was like, this. So the commercial is just her like sitting down with her family and like having breakfast or whatever. And
I think I saw stills from that. So Rachel, do you see Rachel McAdams' statement or her team's statement? They were like, why isn't she in it? And they just said she was busy. And I was like, yeah, why did anyone ask her team for it? Like, what is the other like, she was busy. And also the budget, that was the amount of money they spent.
So much money.
And they said, fuck the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Who cares? And they're right. They are right. Correct. Because their demo, they know where we're looking at it.
No, without a doubt.
I'm really like happy about all this stuff that's happening.
I'm impressed. I will say with the trailer of the musical, why are there no songs?
I think that they're trying to like not let people know it's a musical.
I know. And I'm like, don't Greatest Showman this to me, because like, at least I know this is a musical, but like the Greatest Showman really bamboozled. And then I got there and suddenly we're tapping our foot and we're snapping, and I've locked into the ride of a lifetime. So it's just odd because people also already know the song. Like, it's an established.
I don't know any songs from it.
No, but I mean, like, it is like it's an established Broadway show and like a project. So like it is those songs. So I'm like, it's not like you're revealing things that people
I truly think that they're trying to just like get people in the seats without knowing that it's a musical.
Yeah, that's why they threw in some Olivia Rodrigo songs. I'm like, why is Olivia Rodrigo singing when Renee Rapp is on screen? Right there.
I saw somebody posting talking about how like, oh, they're trying to make Regina the star of this. And I was like, no, that's not what they're doing. In the first one, Lindsay Lohan was the biggest name at the time. So then she was the one that was promoted the most. And she wanted to be Regina. So if she would have been Regina, they would have been promoting Regina the most in the first one. In the second one, Renee Rapp is the biggest name. Yeah, so they are promoting that character the most.
But I also think Regina George is the main character of the movie.
That's what I'm saying. It's because Lindsay Lohan was the biggest name.
Yeah,
Katie was. Oh, yeah. That's why Katie
by
was
default,
the face
but it was
of
never going to be. It's not Katie's. It's Regina George. You don't have this without Regina. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to talk about things that we're watching again. I'm so excited to announce to everybody that I have been making Mott's rewatch all of the Harry Potter movies from the beginning. We've never watched them together. And he's like, now you're finally ready. And I was like, yeah, I just now know that you're going to take it seriously. He's like, 9 years? I don't know how long.
I feel like it was more.
I don't know how long we've been together now.
Oh, I thought you meant as far as the movies coming out.
No. It's like over 10. That's like a long time. They just had their special. I posted 8. I could literally just look at my Instagram of like, when did I post for our anniversary? He's like 8 years in now. I'm finally worthy to watch Harry Potter with you. And I was like, yeah, I needed to know that this was serious. He goes, yeah, for sure. An engagement.
Yeah, you needed to be engaged for like 2 years. How long have y'all been engaged?
I don't know. A while. Okay. But so we have been starting to watch it. And then I find out that this man has watched the first 3, did not watch 4, 5, and 6, nor part 1 of 7, watched part 2 of 7, or he thinks he might have watched part 1 of 7, but not both of the final ones. And I was like, that's so chaotic and weird. So we've been rewatching them, and it's a wonderful time because like it's so like you can see as an adult when you watch them again, like, oh damn, like J.K. Rowling is really racist and problematic in these and like now that you are older, you're, at least for me, a white kid, picking up on it a lot more. And then there are things that I'm like, wow, she's some things very good at really building these worlds. And then there are other things that I go, this makes no sense. Like Quidditch. I love Quidditch. Quidditch makes no sense. The fact that you can catch a ball that essentially renders the entire rest of the game useless is like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like that is not a fucking thing.
It makes so much sense that it is an actual sport now.
I know. I played it in high school.
Why didn't you tell me that when I told you about the book that I directed?
Well, because I didn't like really play. I just joined the team.
Okay.
I thought we were going to have merch. We didn't. But
it's so serious.
I know, which I like can't get behind. Like that's why I could never be an athlete. Like I can't take anything that seriously. Like I just and it's a fault of my own. Like I truly just can't. But yeah, and it reminded me, because we just watched the 4th one, and it reminded me that I used to listen to Wizard Rock. Yep. I like the dramatic pause.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I used to listen to Wizard Rock.
What is that?
It's like, think of, how do I even compare it? Like, so in the 4th book and movie, they have a thing called the Yule Ball, and there's like a band that comes, and I don't think it's the first reference, but it's the first reference in the movie of the fact that like the wizarding world has different entertainment content than like the Muggle world. And so it's like a rock band of wizards. And so naturally fandoms then started having people make bands, and they would sing about the wizarding world and things.
But like, what kind of music is it? I mean, I've read, like, as you know, I've read all the books, but I've never seen any in the movies. So what kind of music is it?
Some of it is like incredibly bad, but it's just an attempt at like, it's a mix of like shitty attempted, like some people try and attempt like metally, like scream out like a more intense version. And then some people would do more of a like whiny, like, oh, my mom locked me in the closet and I'm so mad. And so, like that.
Punk music?
Like a little bit, but like not in like the necessarily good sense. But some of them are good. And I have to say, there are a couple of Wizard Rock Christmas albums that were pretty fucking fire. And they would sing about like, Professor Snape graded me badly on my potions test.
So they actually like quoted things from the movies.
Yeah, but they were like cosplaying. Like it'd be like Harry and the Potters, Remus and the Lupins.
So is it like, it's like Blink 182 went to Hogwarts?
Okay, so it says it's a type of novelty rock music themed around Harry Potter franchise. It was popular in the early 2000s. It initially started in Massachusetts with Harry and the Potters. Characteristics. They're written from the point of view of particular characters in the books, usually the character who features the band's name. In contrast to mainstream bands that have songs incorporating literary references among a wider repertoire of music, Wizard Rock bands take their inspiration entirely from the Harry Potter universe. When they are performing live, Wizard Rock bands often cosplay or dress as characters from the novels, and they perform at fan conventions.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, it's fan fiction for musicians.
Exactly.
I got it. They can't like write fan fiction, so they write music. I it's not for me, but I totally understand it.
And then when you're writing fan fiction, to kind of get into the mindset, you listen to some wizard rock, throw that on your playlist.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
So it's so nice to be able to talk about these things again.
I know.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Was there anything that we...
Also, we never talked about Barbie.
We did a whole... Well, I did it from my perspective, but you haven't...
I hadn't even seen it.
You hadn't seen it yet.
Maybe we'll rewatch Barbie and then we'll do a But Am I Watching episode.
Yeah.
And everyone can talk about Barbie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I didn't really go see anything except for...
Dick's the Musical.
Yeah, except for that, which we talked about.
Yeah, neither of us saw Oppenheimer yet.
And I don't plan on ever seeing it.
I can watch it in the comfort of my own home over the span of a couple days, but I am not going... I have said I refuse... Sorry to that man, Christopher Nolan. I will not be seeing your movies in theaters anymore because they are too loud.
And so long. And also, they say that it's like 4 movies in one, and you jump in storylines. I'm happy for them. People either
beautiful
love
gowns,
it or hate
beautiful
it.
Gowns, but it's just
Gowns,
like
beautiful.
But it's just like I know that like that is not a time for me to be in the theater. And like, I should have done that when I went to go see Dunkirk. Like I knew deep in my soul that like I was not meant to see this movie in a theater. And I did. And I went there and I regretted it immensely.
Do you know where I saw Dunkirk?
On an airplane where it should have been watched.
Yes.
That's where it should be watched. Like, and I say that with like, I'm not saying it's like a bad movie or anything like that, but I'm just like, this movie needs to have like a personal volume setting and you need to like, you don't need to see it in surround sound with like all of these other people. And like, you can see it on a small screen. That's fine. That's fine.
Yep.
Interstellar is one of my favorite movies of literally all time. So this is not that like I'm a hater. Like,
I think Interstellar should be seen in a movie theater.
I think Interstellar should exclusively be seen in a movie. And then when you rent it or if you buy it, I think that with that, they should just pop up a movie theater inside of your home so you can experience it. Like I made Mott's watch it for the first time and he was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, I told you. Like and he's like, I think about this movie all the time now. I was like, I know, you've been plagued with it. And the biggest regret that I have is that like he was not able to see it in theaters. And so if they ever put it back in theaters, our asses are in those fucking seats.
In there.
So good. So good. What other things have we missed being able to talk about?
I mean, I finished watching Ugly Betty, and that was really the only thing that I was watching that wasn't a soap opera.
I'm devastated that I can't post because I didn't film it because I was like, who knows when the strike will end. But I made Mott's watch the final Twilight movie. And he was like, this is like, and there's like a big twist at the end, which anyone who's seen it knows. And he was like, why
are you censoring it as if?
Because like, if you haven't seen it, like I literally think people should watch this entire series solely for that moment because it is the most frustrating piece of cinema ever. And Mott's like, are you fucking kidding me? And I go, that's why I wanted to watch this. He goes, you want me to watch the entire fucking series so I could just be pissed off that they did this? And I go, yeah. And he was like, I can't believe you. And I was like, what do you mean? Of course what I would do. And he was like, this was atrocious. This is so fucking weird. And I was like, isn't it great? The other thing that I wasn't able to say, we watched all the Hunger Games movies. And I've been back in my Hunger Games bag. Like, I am back. I am just watching fucking interviews of Josh Hutcherson and Jennifer Lawrence. Like, my entire fucking YouTube algorithm is just that. Like, I'm obsessed with them. I love them. I'm fully back in my fangirl era, which is perfect because the new one of Songbirds and Snakes, I think that's what it's called, that's coming out. I haven't read the book yet. If anyone has read the book, let me know if I should read the book before I watch the movie, because I don't remember how well this book did. I want to say that some people really liked it and other people like didn't at all. So I don't know if it's one that I should wait and hold off to watch, but it has Rachel Zegler, who I am now having to become a huge fan of because other people hate her so much that like it is now making me be like, I'm about to advocate for this girl. I'm about to bleed out for this girl.
I didn't know. I was wondering why people were asking Jennifer Lawrence if she would like continue to play Katniss if there was something. And now, because there's a new one coming out. Got it. I was like, this seems
it's totally
so
different timelines, though.
Yeah, not for me.
You didn't like those?
Mm-mm. I was on that other.
I know. It's so weird, Melissa, because I then made Moms watch Divergent, and he was like, well, this is just shitty Hunger Games. And I go, yeah, it is. You liked that petite boy, didn't you? Theo James?
He's not petite. Did you watch, you didn't watch
White Lotus.
White Lotus. That man is thick.
That man is petite.
He is thick, though.
He's petite in stature, which, first of all, you can't be a thick man without being petite unless you are a linebacker. Like, there's like, you can't be like.
Shaq is thick and tall. And he is not a linebacker.
But he's linebacker adjacent. Professional. I'm saying,
he's
like,
too tall to
professional
be
athlete.
Football
no, he
player.
would be a liability on the field. Like, he would be like, oh no.
But Theo he James also was very skinny when he was playing basketball, though. Theo James is so hot. But I told you the only reason I saw them is because it came out and I had free birthday tickets.
Yeah. So you're not really a fan.
I'm not a fan. I just would go because that's when they came out.
It's so, yeah, he's 6 feet tall.
Which means he's 5'10".
Yes. Aubrey Plaza's 5'6".
How tall do you think she was?
I think she's probably like a 5'7". 5'6" isn't a real height to me. Like, you're either 5'5" or you're 5'7".
Okay.
Yeah. There's no logic here. Just vibes.
I'm just looking at pictures of Theo James.
He's handsome.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey, y'all. I'm JJ.
Hey, guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Have you been doing anything? You've been prepping for Christmas.
I have been prepping for Christmas, while simultaneously realizing that I have to build my entire birthday gift for our nephew. Thankfully, Mats is going golfing this weekend, so our nephew's birthday is tomorrow, and we aren't going to be able to be at the it's like a kid's birthday party, and it's all just like parents and kids, and so they're like, "Do you want to come?" Like, we usually do like a family one, and then he does one with those like other school friends and stuff. So we're doing a family one next weekend, so I have time to build it, but I haven't started.
A kitchen?
Yeah, it's a little IKEA kitchen, and
kids talking about this. I feel like since his last birthday,
I literally bought it. I've been talking about it for, you're right, like since his last birthday, and we got it months ago, and Mats was just like, I mean, you don't have to build it yet. Because I keep forgetting that his birthday, it's November 10th. I always forget and think it's October 11th. Like I switch the numbers, like 10-11 to 11-10. And so I was like, oh, you're right. And that got in my head so much that now it is November 9th and I have not built it yet. And I just bought the paint for it because I'm also going to like, you know, paint it and like make it all cute. I don't know if I'm going to do a backsplash yet because who knows if I have time for that. But that is going to be hopefully my weekend plans. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm really excited for him to see it. And we saw him last weekend and he was so excited. Like I was like, oh my God. And it's because, you know, his little sister was just born. So he's not getting a lot of activities or human interaction besides his parents, who's splitting the time with his sister. He was so excited to see me that I was like, oh my God, I love this. Keep popping out, baby. So he's so fucking stoked to see me. Like, this is great. And we had our dance party. I showed him Olivia Rodrigo. He was entranced. He was like, when you pick your next song, you can pick another one of these songs. And I was like, yeah, you like these Olivia Rodrigo, but you like these bangers, don't you, my guy? And then when we were leaving, he was like holding my hands and kind of bouncing them in his hands. And he goes, what street do you live on? I was like, what? And he's like very into memorizing streets. And so like he will reference streets. Like, I'm like, you're such an LA kid. Like he'll be like, we were in traffic on this street. And I'm like, I bet you were. I'm like, that's funny. So it was very cute. So I'm excited for him to, and then I have to bake him a cake. So I've bitten off far more than I can chew, but that's my vibe.
What kind of cake are you making?
Chocolate cake, and then originally it was going to be a walrus. Oh, okay, a panda, walrus, owl. Was it just panda, walrus, owl? Panda, walrus, owl. I think those were his three animals. There might have been one more that I'm forgetting. And now he's over that, and he's into Paw Patrol, which he's never seen. He doesn't. He just knows the characters from hand-me-downs or friends' clothes and stuff. So now he wants a Paw Patrol cake. And so I'm like, cool, I'll just pick up a little figurine of one of those little dogs.
Chase.
Yeah, and stick it on. So hopefully it'll be good. Ugh.
Are you going to make that You should make that chocolate cake you made for my birthday because that was bomb.
Oh yeah, maybe I will do that. I was thinking I should probably make, because we'll be doing it after that birthday, and I don't know if anyone's parents are coming into town, if I need to make it something small or we'll see. I'm excited for him. He's pretty stoked. And I was like saying, what's your job like as a big brother? He goes, my job is to keep her safe. And I was like, that is so sweet. And his mom goes, and how do we keep her safe? And he goes, by not poking her in the nose or the eyeballs or the mouth. And I go, oh, okay. This is how we do that. I was like, you're being so sweet. And I was like, oh, this is a lesson we're learning. That we don't poke the baby in the nose and the eyeballs in the mouth.
And we portray it as if this is...
Yeah. And he's like telling me, like, don't poke her in the nose. And I'm like wasn't planning on it. But okay.
Thanks for sharing.
But yeah. So, that Omegle got shut down.
I know.
Did you read the article?
I didn't read the article, but there's two people that I follow on TikTok that's like their whole thing is like Omegle, like talking to people on Omegle. I'm like, now you don't have anything anymore.
Yikes. It's hard when you really hone in that niche to be super specific. Yeah, the creator did a like final words kind of thing on the website, and it's intense and like interesting in the sense. Well, it's like it's long. I haven't even finished it at this point, but like it really talks about like in terms of like what we go to for protecting people's safety in a way of policing, essentially not correcting people's behavior, but instead like trying to mitigate and change these things from occurring without the real root cause, which is, you know, misogyny and the patriarchy. And it's very much kind of like, and it alludes it to basically saying that by removing these things, it is telling people to dress more modestly, like telling people to not put themselves in these situations and these that to be in these circumstances of, you know, sexual abuse, sexual assault, or harassment, or whatever. And just telling people that, we'll remove this website and therefore that won't happen anymore. And I was like, oh, that's very interesting. Mott's didn't even know what Omegle was. I was like, do you know what chat roulette is? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So at least we're not.
I knew what chat roulette was, but I found out what Omegle was one time when we were recording. We were in office number 3, I believe. And I forgot who we were talking to, who was the guest, but that's when I learned what Omegle was, because I knew what chat roulette was.
Oh, that is wild. I guess I always in my mind Omegle was first, but I guess not so much.
Oh, I will say I released a few classic episodes. And people forgot that episode with Bose is a classic, like true classic. And people forgot how chaotic it was.
I got the push notification and I forgot how chaotic it was. And I was like, I'm going to go back and listen to this.
I was like, how have we not repeated this one? Like, we've never repeated it.
Well, I think it was in our final studio pre-COVID.
That is right. Yeah.
So, do you ever see Cheaper by the Dozen, the original?
I've seen bits and I know that I've seen it, but I can only remember it in bits and pieces.
We're different ages, so he wasn't a sexual awakening to you. But do you remember your first like movie or television show where you watched and you were like, this is a primal instinct. My body is reacting to this person.
If you're
on
talking
screen.
about the dude that played Superman,
yes.
He was not like a set because I believe I was like 15 when that came out.
Yeah.
So my juices were already going. But when I saw that he was like because I love Superman already.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that image of him where he's like in the cornfield with the Superman diamond S on his chest, it did something to me in a way that like I just like it was just like whew.
As a community, I think that like we need to do more to support him because he did that for all of us. Like it is a universal experience. If you are attracted to men, that it is just everybody. He did this for everyone. And I'm like, I need to give you your accolades, sir. Like what lifetime achievement award can we give you for this? Mm-hmm. And like, what are you doing now? How do I support your career? That was a nice catch up.
It was a nice catch up.
A wonderful, amazing time. And this is not as much of a catch up to all of you because you have talked to us since, but it's the first, just know it's the first thing we're recording back. And we're excited to be back.
We're excited. Yay. Hoorah.
Yay. Woo. Well, we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Lauro, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth. Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, Now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone. So we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural Then and Now.